Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and today I've got yet another Hindenburg gameplay for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this one because it is awesome. I do a lot of damage, but you'll have to watch and see how I perform throughout this battle, and it is also pretty close. It goes right down to the end, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. But without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. So, typical tier 10 matchmaking. There's a few tier 8s here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of T9s, T10s, with a few T8s mixed in. Going over how I play my Hindenburg, I play it as a slightly more aggressive cruiser. Um, Again, you still have to be careful because it is a cruiser, so you can't just be pushing like a battleship, but you can play the ship a little bit more aggressively. It has a very good armor belt. I say that because it has turtleback armor, which it's a bit interesting. A lot of people, when they say turtleback armor, they think German battleships, but actually the German cruisers, I believe, starting at tier 7 actually gets them. So that is awesome. So you definitely want to be taking full advantage of that, as well as the fact that you get 12 guns. They're awesome guns. And you also get torpedoes for those close range engagements. So this Kagero spots this Utaloy. This Utaloy probably, I don't know if he does the right thing here or not, but he knows that there is some type of destroyer near him, and he's on cap. So he's actually just going to go rush him down. So this is kind of a good move. It could pay off very nicely for him. He does have the HP to tank a lot, but with a few cruisers and another destroyer supporting our Kagero, he's not going to live too much longer. But of course now he's cutting away now that the Kagero spotted, and he started shooting his guns, which is not the best thing to do against a Russian destroyer. So we have to actually take this guy out pretty quickly, and it looks like the Kagero is actually grounded. So this is not looking good for our Kagero, but it looks like he'll actually be able to stay alive. I think I'm going to get maybe one hit. Nope. So it looks like someone else will. Hopefully, we need to finish this guy off pretty quickly. There we go. The Kagero actually gets him with, I guess, some weird hitbox that did look like he actually dodged that one. But Kagero certainly took a lot of HP loss. So he's gonna have to be very cautious throughout the rest of the game, and I kind of call him out here. I'm just saying, just keep him spotted, which I probably would have done, but I can't blame him. He was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's never gonna outrun a Russian destroyer, because no one can. But unless you're another Russian destroyer, and even then it's a bit difficult. But anyway, that Utaloy is dead. That's good for us. One less destroyer to work about, and it's a 3-on-1 for our destroyers. So whoever is left is going to have a very difficult time. So I'm going to try and get on A before they cap it, which will not happen. But now I'm just going to burn down this Bismarck. Quickly, a few things. I want to go over my build somewhat quickly. I was testing this still. I still am, but the current build that I have in this replay is obviously the tier 1 perk that shows you how many people are looking at you. I find this very effective on my cruisers, just because I know when I can turn or when I should turn. And look at that AP 8k to that Bismarck, my god. Then I actually go with something. Well, I will be going in a few when I get enough points, but I actually have Expert Marksman. Then I go with Demolition Expert, which, as you can see, I've already set 3 fires. And there's a 4th for you. Then after Demo Expert, I get Concealment, obviously. And next, I also get, what is it? The Manual Fire Control for AA, which I find to be awesome. I just shoot down planes at an insane rate. So I do run that. Then I believe I go with I don't know if I go with superintendent. Trying to think of what else. I go with something else, and then eventually I'll be getting adrenaline rush when I get 19 points. I'm 1 point away, about halfway to that. So I'm going to be getting that way, because my thinking is, well, you know, if I'm going to play my Hindenburg slightly more aggressively, and I am going to lose a lot of HP, I want to, at least if I can't gain that HP back, I would like to at least increase my DPS that much more, because it's for all armaments. So it's my secondaries, my main battery, my torpedoes too. So if there's a battleship on one side that I need to torpedo, and another one on the other side, and then if I survive all that, then I still have, hopefully I'll still have those torpedoes ready on the other side that I've already previously used on the first go. Hopefully I'll have those ready by then. That's my thinking. But we're just going to have to see how it works. Moskva's sitting broadside. They actually have, I believe, 2 or 3 Moskvas in a division. I know they definitely have 2 in a division. You can see, oh man, 6k. But I'm going to need some help from my guys at A. We need to get and support B as soon as possible. Of course, just playing with my rudder a bit, just trying to throw them off. It's a bit interesting. They're giving a substantial amount of broadside, and I get a citadel there. I'm actually angled so nicely that they can't penetrate me too bad. You can see, oh, hello, mama. Yeah, that one hurt. That's what happens when you sit broadside. And that's him dead. Zhao comes around. Hopefully I can get another citadel on him, because he is just a pain in the ass. I don't care what ship you're in. He is a pain in the ass no matter what. I do 9k. No citadels, a bit unfortunate there. Pop my heal. I wait until I feel that I've gotten enough room for my heal to actually heal a lot of damage. And I actually also go undetected there, stop shooting, so I don't get any fires. Because, oh, I thought I got a fire right there. Because if I've got a fire going, and I've got my heal going, it's not as effective. I tend to try and want to keep my heal down for some period of time, and then my damage control party up while my heal is down, and vice versa. I find that to be a very good combination. So I'm telling my team we need to focus this guy, because he is part of a division, so division mates are always going to be a little bit stronger together. But unfortunately for me, this guy and our team, this guy actually decided it was a good idea to push B, but his Moskva buddy and a couple others decided it was not a good idea. So I'm sitting behind smoke, popping this guy with some HE. Will he take a torpedo? It does not look like he will. Try to get out of this Zhao's way. We need to kill this guy super quickly. He's got radar. I get 2 fires. A bit lucky, but again, demo expert. That's why you run it. So I'm just going to be sitting here, burning him down. I'm already up to 120,000 damage. It doesn't feel like it's been a lot, really. It's been somewhat boring, but at the same time, like, I don't know. It's still somewhat engaging, I guess. Now, I really haven't got this. This isn't the best replay for up close and personal, just because of the circumstances. We've lost 3 of our total 5 battleships already, so we're definitely down. And then it looks like this Bismarck is pushing into the cap. So that's, again, we might be losing him pretty soon. Get a nice citadel on the New Orleans. So, speaking of my upgrades, I'm actually another citadel. I'm actually running the typical one, the one that reduces the chance of your main battery being incapacitated and all that other stuff that it does. Then I'm running a mod, which you can see my AA gets out to 6 kilometers. I don't know what it must have been a destroyer spotted there briefly. But I run the AA mod just because the dispersion, the one that decreases the dispersion, I've found that at max range is 18 kilometers. Without it, my dispersion is 155 meters, and something like the Moskva has 19-kilometer range. Its dispersion is like 156 or 154, so something in that ballpark. And then the Zao is, of course, around there too. Same with the Des Moines. But so I didn't find it that necessary. And again, the amount of decrease in dispersion that you get is pretty minimal. It's maybe like 10-15 meters, which is not all that much when you consider what the AA will actually give you. And this build actually allows me to do a lot of things. Ooh, I get a Citadel there. It's a bit unfortunate. Showing a little bit too much side. But this build actually allows you to forego AFT. Because in the past, a lot of German builds, especially for the Hindenburg, would call for AFT and man fire control, or they would just do AFT, or some combination of that. But I've decided that it's actually probably better that I forego AFT and actually just get the module. That way I get the same effect without spending captain points. So this is actually pretty close. We have 2 destroyers advantage, but both of our destroyers are somewhat low health. Kagero's around 2.5, and Kutuzov, he's seen better days for sure. And unfortunately, we've got no cruisers left, and they've got 3 battleships. One of them being a Bismarck, two of them being Bismarcks, another pretty much a full health Montana, and everyone is pretty much hurting from our team. Me and the Zao are the 2 ships that have the most HP, with about half our health. So I just tell the Zao, hey, dude, there's no reason we're gonna see these guys from a mile. Our destroyers are helping us out. They can stay within, or they can stay outside of the Moskva's radar range and certainly the Bismarck's Hydra range. So I just say let's just keep pelting these guys until we're dead, until they die, because they're never going to recap B. The only thing that they could do is just keep us from getting points. So I get 1 fire on the Moskva. And of course, I don't know if the Zao didn't see my message or whatnot that I put in chat, but he looks like he's going to suicide on these battleships. So that's not good. Our Zao dies from that Montana. Hopefully I can kill this Moskva. There we go. 3 kills in the books. 200,000 damage. Again, showing the power of HE because it's such a crutch. And I'm completely okay to exploit this. Because, again, Wargaming does not want to fix this or does not want to do anything about it. Kutuzov dies. Our Tashkent looks like he's going for C, and I'm going to have to stay and defend these caps from probably 2 battleships. We'll have to wait and see how many of them go. I tell my destroyers do not shoot because as soon as they shoot, they're dead. I'm going to have to just keep resetting. I'm going to shoot here. I'm behind an island, so I know I'm okay. I'm safe. And I just want to reset the cap. Get a nice fire, and I get 3 cap resets. There's Wither right there. I've had so many times where I've been playing with Putin or someone else, and I get Witherer before a Zao does. It's ridiculous. And again, sometimes the circumstances are different. You know, Putin sets the initial fire, and then the guy repairs, and then I set the following fires, that sort of thing. But if you calculate it out, it is actually possible for you to get a higher amount of fires. So I've got the AA mod, and of course I run the reload mod. I think what I'm sure many of you know what Flammer did with the range mod is just complete and utter stupid, and he was not thinking. I think it's just a bad idea. If you want to fix a passive meta, you need to not keep going with the passive meta. You need to break the passive meta. So that's my thoughts on that. I've always been a fan of the reload mod. Again, the range mod would not help me in this situation. It would not help me in the situation of setting constant and more fires. I'm trying to get outside of this Bismarck secondary range. I'm hitting both of them just so I can reset the cap. It looks like the Bismarck actually did go off cap. Or now he's about to go off cap. There you go. Montana's still on cap, so I'm going to need to have him spotted pretty soon here. Again, we can see just the tankiness of the... As soon as I say that, they're both shooting high explosive. How funny is that? But, and then, your typical... whatever. I think the next perk, or the next upgrade is the fire prevention one. And then I run the... I believe I run... What's the next? I think it's the damage control. I think it's the damage control. I run the damage control, the one that reduces the amount of time that you've got fires on your ship. And then I run concealment because there's no other thing that you would really want. I don't see the rudder shift being that much of use on the ship. But again, I get 3 very, very nice resets. Ideally here, I would want to get undetected, being that I'm on 5,000 health and I just blew my damage control. But I just realized that my detection is not that good. I believe it's 11.5 or it's like 12. Something around there. And I get a fire. Bismarck shooting HE. I died to a Bismarck shooting HE. Hopefully I can kill this guy, or at least do enough damage to him. I get a nice 6k, but it looks like this Montana is going to kill me. Nope, but I do die from the Bismarck's fire, which is as pathetic as it sounds. It's from his main guns. It's pretty pathetic. But there's nothing more I could have done there. So, but we should have this in the bag. It is certainly going to be close, but with only a minute 20 remaining and we're up by 400 points, we've got this in the bag, even if they've got all 3 caps. But just to round it off, 260,000 damage, and man, it's been a rocker. So I'm gonna move on to the screenshots. We're actually gonna win this game. So let's check out the screenshots. Okay, guys. So at the screenshots, we see an amazing result. Our team ended up winning, as I said, 1.085 million credits. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. 260,000 damage, 12k XP, Witherer Confederate high caliber, 267 shell hits, 3 ships killed, 8 citadels, 24 base defense. That is awesome. And of course the 18 fires, which is awesome. Love to see that. It's certainly in contention with Zao, as I've mentioned before. And if you also notice, I did not get any extra credits from any combat missions or anything of that nature. It's just pure damage and pure credits. It's raining gold. Base XP 3,227. Nearly doubled the second person on my team, and definitely doubled the Montana, who got 6 kills on the enemy team. So just goes to show what the Hindenburg is capable of. Damage distribution, 182,000 caused by main batteries, 114,000 from armor piercing, compared to 67 from high explosive. So again, your high explosive shells are not doing that much damage. It's really the fires that you want. That's pretty much the whole reason you shoot HE. besides the fact that you can destroy modules, but on battleships that's not too big of a deal. But again, this cruiser is still very strong. Its AP is very, very strong. Throughout the replay, you saw that I've done 6, 7, 8K to battleships sitting broadside, and that's very consistent, rather. But again, potential damage right there. 2.1, almost 2.2 million potential damage. I'm sure that's where a lot of my credits and XP came from. Speaking of credits and XP, let's get on to that. Gamescom 2016 Zulu and Military Month contributor flags amount to 75% extra credits. So another 465,000 credits earned. Spent 245,000. That's not too bad considering that I actually don't run the premium camo. But walking away with 840,000 credits, it's very easy money, and I actually play a T10 to make money now, so that's very nice. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could please give us a like if you think we deserved it, and again, if you guys think that we've earned your subscription, please consider doing that. It really helps us out. But without further ado, guys, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.